It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Hello and welcome to the NBA on 2K Sports. Ernie Johnson with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny Smith. And on tap tonight, it's the Minnesota Timberwolves going up against the Cavaliers in Cleveland. The Cavaliers come into this one after the win against Houston. That game was a real shootout. They'd like to keep their scoring up, but get a few more stops too. And the front lines for both teams tonight, powerful, explosive. Shaq, what's the key these days to building a great front court?
Well, the more versatile, the better. But it's more about skill and brute strength. You know I'm about skill and brute strength. I was the most skillful and brutally strong guy ever to play the game.
It's right, you are brutal.
What's so funny?
That, front court guys need to change ends. That's what's funny to me, Shaq. Nothing else. I just tell you right now, nothing else is funny to me.
You want me to show you how strong I am? I'll flip this table over right now.
I believe you could. I believe you could.
What you looking at, Ernie?
Not much.
Oh.
All right.
It's on. It's on.
I see Ernie.
And here's Kevin Harlan. Here's Kevin Harlan.
I'll see you in the locker room, Ernie.
Welcome, everyone. Let's get ready for some NBA basketball on 2K Sports. With Brent Barry and Greg Anthony, this is Kevin Harlan, and David Aldridge will be joining us on the sideline as well. Looking at the last game for the Cleveland Cavaliers, it was a win against the Houston Rockets.
And I know the defense wasn't great, but yet and still, their ability to stay composed was impressive.
Well, it led to a big scoring effort, taking advantage of every weakness. So any possession the defense wasn't aggressive on, they were on the offensive end.
And let's go straight over to David Aldridge for a report before the tip-off. Hey, Dave.
Well, guys, it's hard to remember now, but Kevin Love didn't enter the league as a three-point shooter. Yet it's become a cornerstone of his game. The coaches have told him if you're a big man and you can shoot it out there, you're a valuable commodity. Kevin, he has listened, and he is indeed valuable.
Well, in this game today, it's all about court spacing, DA. Thanks for the report. Already, Brent, we've seen a changing of the guard of some teams where a new player is now the number one option.
Well, I expected that this year we were going to have some of this take place. A lot of the reason why I would point to it is that you had 9 new coaches in the NBA this year. So there's going to be opportunity on some of those teams for somebody to take advantage of a new offense, a new way to play, a new way to get up and down the floor. And with that opportunity, some guys are taking full advantage of it.
I love the new opportunities, though, for some players that may have been pushed to the side a bit.
Yeah, no doubt about it. And I like the opportunity maybe for some of these teams to start changing some of the older guard with their squad. Maybe come trade deadline. I think this year there's going to be a lot of movement come February because of those coaching changes.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's check out who's on the floor, courtesy of Gatorade. So on the floor for Minnesota, Gibson plays the 4 with Towns in the middle. Teague is at the point with Wiggins at the 2. And it's Covington in at the small forward position. And so it's the Cavaliers getting on the board first. Towns, no luck. Sexton kicks to Love. And it's Thompson that time on the assist by Love. Thompson's got his first 2 points.
Thompson shoots such a high percentage on the inside, most of his shots coming around the rim.
Outside, Towns. The rebound by Kevin Love. Here in the first, a little over a minute played so far. Here's Sexton. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. And Colin Sexton, when it comes to scoring, the man shows you a little bit of everything.
Loves to drive it, loves to attack inside, improving his consistency from range. But what I love about him is the aggressiveness. This guy is always in attack mode.
Shooting 2.
The first free throw is good. And, of course, Colin Sexton. His college team once had to finish a game with only 3 players.
Yeah, and he scored 40 that night. I mean, almost led him to a victory. He loves to play under the bright lights, brings great energy and enthusiasm every night.
No good on the second, so he hits 1 of 2.
And that's one of those guys who just tends to live at the line. Sexton's working hard to improve his consistency there.
Shot's good by Gibson.
And I'll bet his percentage is pretty high from that range.
And in the first, a little over a minute and a half in. Now, here's Sexton. Not a lot of room. Over Teague. And, yep, finally drops after rolling around the rim.
A bit of a picture-perfect start here to this game. They've connected on all 3 looks.
He dishes it to Wiggins. Free throw line jump shot. Good. He hits the jump shot. Wiggins has got his first points of the night. The Cavaliers have gotten their first 3 shots to go in for him to start off this game. Sexton with it. 17 points for him last game against Houston. Thompson surveying the floor. Just 5 to shoot. Wiggins with the block, but he gets it back. For Minnesota, they've gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today. The Cavaliers pull it in. Last time they came together was in Minnesota, where they felled the Wolves.
Yeah, and their last time playing against this club, they fell short. A lot of cheap fouls really plagued their starting unit.
But I'm sure they learned their lesson from that game. They know they can't afford to have their first unit unavailable when the game is at critical junctures this time around.
Gibson passes to Wiggins. And no good that time. And here's Clarkson. He brings it up for Cleveland. And it's Osman missing.
Wow, just in shock that he missed that layup. Not a lot of defense there.
Timberwolves trail by 5. Here's Covington. That's good, and so Teague with the assist.
A guy who converts well at the rim. You like to see the aggression there.
Yeah, it's the first quarter, and he's already in attack mode, setting the tone right here.
Now, here's Sexton. He has 5. Hands where the ball is out of bounds. Clarkson touched it last. Just over 3.5 minutes gone here in the first. Here's Teague. He's coming off a 16-point game against Chicago.
The defensive mindset tonight was huge. He was a real pest coming up with all those steals and had great activity.
Here's Osman. It's a 3-point game. Here's Love, and 2 shots coming up at the line as he gets fouled on the shot. There's the foul. That's against Minnesota.
Now you look at Kevin Love's production the last few seasons. I think the 2018 season was by far his best. He's really sacrificed a lot of his own numbers between that time he was in Minnesota and these seasons in Cleveland.
That free throw good from Kevin Love. With Love and his fewer shots, his sacrifice for the team, Brent, leads him to being underappreciated.
Well, there are some things that Kevin can't do, but the things he can do put him in the elite category at the power forward position. It's amazing to see how much he was under the microscope, much like Chris Bosh during his years in Miami when LeBron James and Dwayne Wade and Chris teamed up. But if Love was only concerned with his numbers, he could do a lot more on the floor.
Now here's Teague. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. Pass to Towns. Over Thompson. And Towns the bucket on the assist by Teague.
That's the kind of work you want your point guard to do. Sensational ball movement by Jeff Teague there to set up his man.
Now here's Sexton. Teague covering. Now Sexton off with the layup. And Jordan Clarkson is going to pick up the foul. That is his first foul of the game. Off the inbound. Gibson finds Towns. Love against Covington. Outside Teague. Over Sexton.
And the passion Sexton plays with is so impressive. When he gets after it on defense, this kid is fun to watch.
It's tipped. And here is Teague. He's playing a pretty big role for him at the offensive end, averaging about 12.5 points a game. Covington passes to Gibson. He's looking for Wiggins and finds him. The rebound by Kevin Love.
And right now, I think just his demeanor is hurting the team. His shooting's been off, and he knows it.
Sexton the pass to Love. And here we go. Wiggins heading to the hoop. And Wiggins throws it down.
Well, an amazing effort on the defensive end from Teague with the steal, and the team's rewarded in transition.
Osman kicks to Thompson. Love the pass to Osman. Goes back up. Hits the layup after the sweet pump fake to freeze the D. Osman's got his second basket of the night. Timberwolves trail by 3. Stolen by Clarkson. And stolen by Jeff Teague. Now here's Covington. Looking at his numbers, he averages a bit over 9 points a game. Good. Look at the last game for the Minnesota Timberwolves. It was a win against Chicago. Sexton kicks to Love. And the call will be against Jeff Teague. That's foul number 2 for him.
There are times where you have to play with a little bit more caution. That's already his second foul in the first quarter.
Cavaliers making a switch here. Knight's checked in. And then for Minnesota, Saric comes in for Taj Gibson. And it's Rose in for Teague.
And this quarter has been all about him. You feel every shot he's going to take is going in.
And so it's Rose who brings the ball up for the Minnesota Timberwolves. It's a 3-point game. This game coming on the heels of their win against Chicago.
And the difference on that night, their ability to knock down triples.
Well, if you choose your shots wisely and then they start to go down, it just builds up confidence. There's a huge cachet of that in this game, and once that happened, they just rolled it out.
Just doing the job on the backboard.
Knight passes to Sexton. And Sexton slams it in.
A good court awareness that time from Brandon Knight. He's a creative guard who has a good feel for when his guys are open.
And a wide open look here for Wiggins. Hits the 3-point bomb. Wiggins has got 7 points.
Just like to see the defense get more aggressive. They are asking for trouble as they're giving up open looks to this point.
Knight against Wiggins. Knight kicks to Sexton. 6 to shoot. Over Rose. The shot by Sexton, no good. Timberwolves trail. Inside. Timberwolves passing it around. Covington wide open. He fires. That falls. Nice feed that time from Wiggins.
There's just no excuse to leave someone that wide open. Communication breakdown.
Knight against Wiggins. Now here's Love. Defense right on him. Let's go. Out of bounds. Minnesota takes possession. Here we are in November, and let's see how things are going out east in the early season. You look at Boston. Things going their way so far in this season. Right now, they lead the pack up front in the first spot with the best record. And, of course, Cleveland, they're at the bottom of the conference.
Well, I think for Cleveland, so far it looks like the adjustments they've made in the offseason aren't going to produce the desired effect.
Yeah, lots of season left to go, so maybe a little too early to say that. The results have been anything but positive early on, but we've seen plenty of teams dig themselves out of big holes after early season woes.
And the dunk by Towns.
I like that recognition, effortlessly getting his teammate the ball in a spot where he knows he can do something with it.
Sexton kicks to Love. Looking to end the run. Not going to go that time. Some solid defense from Šarić. Well, you knew it wouldn't last forever. Couldn't last forever. LeBron's departure in the offseason, a huge blow to this Cleveland franchise.
And it's going to be talk and speculation as to why LeBron James left again. And that's going to continue all season long. But ultimately, the team, the city, they need to regroup. They need to reset. They need to think about their future, and they did a good job of gathering assets and some youth in the departure of LeBron James. But man, that's a hole they're never going to fill, Kevin.
Timeout is called, first of the game for the Cavaliers.
And they've let things get out of hand. Good time to reconvene.
They're just on the wrong end right now of a big run, and they need to plan how they're going to shift the momentum of the game.
Minnesota making a switch here. Jones is checked in. And a chance here to see our rookie watch. The biggest point-producing freshman over the last 10 games. Second is Colin Sexton.
Showing flashes of just explosive scoring ability. When called upon, he can put buckets up in a hurry.
Knight against Rose. Knight dishes to Sexton. To the middle. And then Nance slams it in.
Well, over the course of his young career, Larry Nance Jr. has certainly had some memorable dunks.
And that was an Unleashed Chaos replay, courtesy of Under Armour, wreaking havoc at the rim. Jones finds Jang. Rose surveying the D. And finished off by Jang.
And very little fight put up by the defense as he made his way to the bucket for the Jam.
They did seem to take the cautious approach, Greg, when it came to defending that one. You're right.
When you're playing from behind, you cannot let your opponent have things that are that easy. And that was easy.
Here's Knight following the bucket by the Timberwolves. Henson the pass to Nance. It's stolen by Šarić. Here's Rose. He hits the back iron and sinks the shot. And now an 8-point Timberwolves lead.
And as long as he retains that great explosion in his legs, Derrick Rose will be a factor around the rim. And no doubt they'd love to see him get a lot more of those opportunities.
And that deficit will go away quickly if he does, Greg. So it's Minnesota now. The Cavaliers making the shot. Back to Dang. Over Nance. And the shot falls short this time.
Yeah, they got that one, but early on, it's really been a struggle for them to secure that defensive backboard.
Well, I like seeing Knight work on the long ball. A good shooter when he gets his feet set. Most players are.
Now here's Jones. An 11-point game for him in the win against Chicago.
You can't forget about all those well-timed swipes either. His timing on the defensive end was simply sublime.
Rose kicks to Jones. Lets it go from the wing. No good on the shot. And Cleveland will come the other way. And John Henson with the slam.
Yeah, there's good reason why Henson's a high percentage shooter. So many of his looks right there, right at the rim.
Minnesota in the lead. 6-second difference between the shot and game clock. Jones with it. And it's Knight picking him up. To the inside. Here's Dang. Now on the scoring column with that bucket. 1 for 2 this game.
And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
Knight with it. He's coming off a 16-point game against Houston.
Ball movement was critical in this game. It did not stick with any one player, so his passing was on point, and he really picked apart the defense.
And so it's Andrew Wiggins making highlights for the Minnesota Timberwolves. He got into double digits for the quarter with 10 points total. And don't go away. We'll be right back. One of the most high-powered scorers in the game, Karl Anthony Towns, knows it's important to keep his teammates involved.
You know, everyone has to get some of the sugar, you know, so making sure you're not just being a ball hog. So I'm just always trying to make sure that I'm taking wide open shots that I think everyone in the team would love for me to take if I have the opportunity. But also at the end of the day, making sure everyone gets a chance to be in the candy shop.
Well, when you're attracting, Greg, all that defensive attention, it creates opportunities for your teammates.
And Towns wants to win big. To do that, though, it's not enough to get numbers. You've got to make your teammates better as well.
And close game underway so far. We'll see if either of these teams can jump out in the second quarter. And what do you guys think about Minnesota here in this one?
They're just not sitting back. They are going for steals, and their activity has been terrific.
Yeah, so that disruption is helping out because it's leading to some easy chances on the other end.
Marquise Chris is out there with Larry Nance. Then there's Brandon Knight. Then it's John Henson. And it's Sexton in at the point guard position. That's the group for Cleveland going right now here in the second. Knight with it. And Rose picks him up defensively. Henson dishes to Knight. But they get it back. And misses it off the right side of the rim.
And when he's this close, he's got to make it. The defense was pretty good, but just shouldn't miss that.
Nance with the rebound. The Cavaliers trail by 3. Sexton the pass to Henson. Up high to stuff the alley-oop.
And there's the patience you want to see from Sexton. Eyes up and finds the open net.
For Minnesota, they've gone 0-3 and are still looking for that first bucket here in the second quarter. Outside, Jones. On the wing, Dang. The Timberwolves again can't hit. Cavaliers have gotten only one of their first 4 shots in the second quarter to drop. And John Henson with the slam. And the Cavaliers lead by 1.
The execution on point. Just terrific timing on these passes.
I really like the idea that his teammates are waiting until he's in great spots to finish off the possessions. Everything's working.
Jang finds Dang. Over in the corner, Rose. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2.
And unfortunately, injuries will always be the concern with Derrick Rose. Still loves the game of basketball, knows he is limited compared to what he once was. Amazing with all he's fought through, he can still perform at such a high level.
And the first one drops. And with Rose, as you said, his love of the game is still there. And he still wants to play.
I mean, many players would have just walked away from having their body betray him. But Rose said last season he loves what he gets to do and still would be a water boy if he had to. You have to admire Rose's attitude and approach in that regard.
And both free throws good for Rose.
Probably as close to a sure thing as you can have at the free throw line.
Knight kicks to Henson. Rose against Clarkson. Back to Henson. And the rejection by Jang. And we're now a little over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. And Henson sends it back.
Well, Henson's an explosive leaper and really active on that play.
Zizic has checked in for Cleveland. Clarkson against Rose. 6 to shoot. Here's Dang. It's deflected.
That's some good use of the length right there for Marquise Chris, reaching out and swatting that one away.
Dang against Nance. Here's Rose. They had a number of cracks at it, but came away empty-handed. And here's Clarkson. He brings it up for Cleveland. Oh!
Well, the mobility part of Larry Nance Jr. is such a huge advantage at his size. He moves so well around the basket and also gets up quickly off the floor.
Teague, the pass to Jang. Clarkson against Rose. Back to Jang. That shot, no good. And Cleveland will come the other way. Knight taking his time here. Passes it to Clarkson. Now Chris. He's covered by Rose. Chris gets the bucket. Now it's a 3-point Cleveland lead.
Well, the confidence of Marquise Chris continues to grow from that range.
Outside Gibson. Inside. Here's Teague. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. And you look at Jeff Teague, now with a decade in the league out of Wake Forest. Greg, what does he bring to the table aside from the fact that he's been in the playoffs every single year of his career?
Yeah, I mean, he's an explosive slasher and really has grown as a playmaker. Not a star, but a quality starting point guard.
And the first one at the line is good. Brent, we're seeing shorter training camps. I don't know if it adds to injuries or takes away from injuries with fresher bodies. What do you think about that whole philosophy?
I believe that the shorter training camp did lead itself and lend itself to more injuries last year. And one of the things that I'm concerned with, Kevin, just on a physiological level for players, is that what they are doing to prepare themselves for the season as an individual player, working on your weaknesses and doing those sort of things, is not the same as getting in a training camp and preparing yourself for your stamina, your endurance, and your wind. And I wonder if there will be some moves in the next couple seasons about trying to get off the individual training and get back to more of the endurance stamina training so that these little injuries are just not part of a season in the future.
We've seen the lead change hands quite a bit in this one.
And guys, I think each team knows they can win this game. Just a matter who can catch that momentum.
Here's Knight. Drops one in from the wing. Knight's got his second basket of the night. The Timberwolves trail. Outside Teague. There's the pass to Wiggins. Shoots over Clarkson, and it's Wiggins missing. Cavaliers have gotten exactly half their shots to go down here in the second, 5 of 10. Knight kicks to Zizic. Back to Knight. Over Teague. That one off the back iron and out. And that's a foul called on Ante Zizic. That's his first foul. A tight game here in Cleveland. Outside Teague. Pass to Towns.
Kevin Love got his hand up. That was just enough to alter the shot.
And the basket is good.
Artful passing on that play, showing a real desire to set up the teammate.
Cavaliers shooting well, 50% from the floor. Outside Knight. Pass to Chris, 18 feet out. That's good. The assist that time from Knight. Chris has got 4 this quarter.
And the defense might start to want to respect the fact that Marquise Chris can nail that kind of jump shot.
And the foul called on Brandon Knight. That's foul number 2 for him.
And now only 1 away from being in the penalty.
Cedi Osman, he's checked in for Chris. Here's T. Right side Towns. Releases. And he overshot that one, missing.
You can't afford to let guys get comfortable there. The defense somehow avoided that shot from going in.
No good from Zizic. The Timberwolves shooting about 42% so far. Teague against Knight. Right side Teague. The rebound by Kevin Love. Love's got his 4th rebound in this one. Passes to Clarkson over Wiggins. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Cavaliers will retain possession.
And let's quickly take a look at some stats for Teague. How his last 10 games have gone. 12th in assists and tremendous confidence and consistency at the foul line. He ranks among the top 15 in free throw percentage.
And he really is the consummate playmaker. Always keeping his head on a swivel. Searching for the open man. Completely unselfish basketball player. 5 to shoot. And Thompson kicks to Knight. And the 3 ball is good. Knight's got his 3rd bucket of the night.
Well, Knight right now focused on getting some points on the board. Has his sights locked in.
Here's the pass to Covington. And it's Osman with the rebound. The Cavaliers leading by 4. To the inside. Love. They get it back. Goes back up. He lays it in. Osman's got 6.
This is where you got to put a body on the guy. His will is incredible down on the interior, fighting and clawing for every rebound.
Covington finds Wiggins. Back to Covington. Knight against T. Knight passes to Love. That's good. The assist that time from Knight. Knight's got 4 assists now tonight.
Yeah, Love can hurt you down there. He uses his body as a shield, creates the space, got in tight, finished that one off.
And Teague, here we go. The shot goes in. First of the night. He's 1 for 3 to start the game.
Got to give a ton of credit to the screener there. That was a perfect pick to give his teammate the space to knock down the shot.
Teague against Knight. In the hoop for his 4th field goal. 4 for 7 shooting and looking for more.
He's having a night right now. Credit to the shooting touch, helping his team with the lead.
It's tipped. Here's Wiggins, and the Timberwolves tack on 2 more.
And there's one thing that's never been in question about Wiggins, his ability to be a high-volume scorer. And in case you needed a reminder, he's giving you one tonight.
Here's Knight. Whistle blows. Basket is good. So a chance here for a 3-point play.
And this has been a great job of just getting into the middle of that defense and really scoring effectively from the paint.
Henson checked in for Cleveland. Sexton comes in for Jordan Clarkson. Sharch is checked in for Minnesota. Jones comes in for Teague. And that one falls for Knight. There's so many great point guards in the league right now. Brent, which of them do you think does the best job of running the pick and roll?
I think Chris Paul still heads up the top of my list for pick and roll operators. He's so devastating and has been for his entire career in the mid-range, just settling in at the free throw line and popping shots that seem effortless, and he's able to knock it down. Steph Curry is still at the point guard position, does so many unique things, Kevin, playing without the basketball and setting screens away from the ball to open up teammates, which eventually gives him opportunities to shoot threes. So divergently different, those two, but 2 of my favorites to watch.
And that one's good. Towns.
And from day one, Towns has been one of the NBA's top post players. A versatile, well-rounded game on the low block. It doesn't hurt that he can step outside and knock down the jumper either.
A shot by Knight, no good.
And we haven't seen them be quite as aggressive driving the basketball, settling far too much for jumpers.
Nice ball movement by Minnesota. Here's Sexton. He's got 11. Kicks to Knight. To the paint. Here's Henson. And slam dunk by Henson.
And that's the classic 1-2 punch right there. I mean, nice steal. And then how about the elevation, Kevin, on the finish?
And Greg, nothing spurs some quick offense like a great play defensively.
Well, it fires up your teammates and the fans when you make plays like that out in the open court and explosive.
Well, that's one way he can finish, but far from the only way he gets it done. He's got all kinds of tricks up his sleeve.
Got a piece of it. Covington with the steal. Towns high post. And again, it's Minnesota converting.
Beautiful execution from him, building off a great first quarter, looking unstoppable here.
The Cavaliers leading by 4. Sexton kicks to Henson. Knight on the wing, covered by Wiggins. Here's Henson. Yes, and Knight with the assist that time. Knight's got 6 assists in the game.
Well, this is where he should operate. Henson has developed his skills, but has limited range.
Pass to Wiggins. And Towns throws it down.
Oh, just solid on the one-handed slam.
And guys, when it's a tight ball game like this, he's the guy they want with the ball. Knight passes to Osman. 15 seconds left in the first half of the game. Clock at 6. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Sharch. Here's Thompson. He had an 18-point outing in the last game against Houston.
I'm not sure in that game if it was him or Dikembe Mutombo out there, guys. I was just hoping to see one finger wave after one of those 4 blocks. No, 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 not today.
It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thanks, Kevin. Andrew, they shot the lights out in the first half. What has to change?
Get back. Focus on getting back, guarding your man, and not taking these real.
It starts with a man-on-man challenge. Thank you. Back to you, Kevin.
Thanks, David. And we'll be back shortly following halftime to get the third quarter underway.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, folks. Welcome back. This is Ernie Johnson, Kenny the Jet Smith, Shaquille O'Neal at 2K Sports. Let's talk first half. The first half was all about Brandon Knight. He had 13 points, 6 assists, and 1 steal. Kenny, your thoughts? How are the Cavaliers playing?
Well, they've been pounding it in the paint. Not just taking the first three-pointer when it came across. That keeps the defense on its toes.
How about you, Shaq? What'd you think about Minnesota?
Well, you want to try to hold your opponent under 50% shooting. That has not happened. Defensively, they're allowing way too many good looks. They need to do a better job of shutting down the lane, as well as closing out on shooters.
And that'll about do it as we get ready for the second half. Let's take you down to Kevin Harlan.
Shout out to my man Joel.
Joel, what up?
Welcome back, folks. So much to do here in downtown Cleveland and East 4th Street, right in the heart of it all. And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. An exceptional performance from Brandon Knight.
And I love the game plan in that first half. They really valued each possession.
Efficient so far with the shots that he's taken. His contributions have been fantastic.
And so it's Minnesota with it. They host the Spurs after this one. And that game will kick off a 4-game homestand. Here's who Tom Thibodeau is starting the second half with. Teague is at the point with Wiggins at the 2. Gibson plays the 4 with Towns in the middle. And it's Covington in at the 3. Knocks it loose. And out of bounds as the Timberwolves gain possession. And here's what the Cleveland Cavaliers schedule looks like. On Wednesday, they'll go up against Russell Westbrook and the Oklahoma City Thunder. Then on Friday, they'll be matching up against Gordon Hayward and the Boston Celtics.
Yeah, and Kevin, this is going to be a very trying part of the schedule for them. More than a fair share of road games on the dock for the team, and have not had an easy time finding success away from home.
Well, Teague has his binoculars on, able to find his man for that open look.
And Andrew Wiggins, the #1 overall pick back in 14. Great bloodlines, the son of pro athletes. The game just seems to come easy to him.
And they get it back. Just 5 on the clock. Osman kicks to Love. Shoots over Covington. Rebounded by Covington. Covington's got 4 rebounds now tonight. And it's Kevin Love with the foul. That's his first foul. Minnesota's gone 3 of 4 from long range in the game. You know, Greg, the game comes so easy to Wiggins, but some say he needs to be more assertive, more aggressive. Do you see that?
I mean, high expectations for a player that was taken first overall. The length and athleticism should enable him to impact the game in so many ways, but, you know, his motor doesn't always rev high enough to take advantage.
Here's Osman, defended by Covington. Out to the wing. It's stolen by Teague. And that's a foul called on Colin Sexton. That's his first foul. Just over a minute and a half played here in the third. And that's a foul called on Colin Sexton. That's foul number 2 for him. Teague kicks to Gibson. Lobbed up there for Gibson. An emphatic alley-oop jam.
Gibson can be a confident scorer down low. If he gets a couple of opportunities down there, he becomes a post-up option.
And a tremendous Unleash Chaos replay coming to you courtesy of Under Armour Hover Hammock. Sexton with it. Picked up by Teague. And the foul on Andrew Wiggins. That's his first foul. Into the third we go. 2 minutes in now. Now here's Sexton. Teague covering. Shot clock at 5. Osman the pass to Love. Good work there as it goes. Love's got it all tied up now for the Cavs.
Precision shooting off of the pass. Love takes no time letting that one go.
Wiggins finds Covington. On the wing, Wiggins. 16 points for him. Covington against Clarkson. With the shot. Covington's shot is off. Cavaliers are gone 1 of 3 since starting the second half. Clarkson against Wiggins. Clarkson passes to Sexton. Over Teague. The shot by Sexton, no good.
And they've only connected on 1 of 4 to start the half. Their offense is sputtering just a little bit here.
Wiggins laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Wiggins has got 6 points in the quarter.
Fantastic ball movement. They're picking them apart with their passing.
Sexton kicks to Osman. He feeds it to Love. And the dunk by Love.
Well, if Kevin Love gets that deep and has that kind of room, he's going to make sure of it with the jam.
Third quarter of basketball here, and just a little under 3.5 minutes gone by. Gibson passes to Wiggins. Back to Gibson. He's off on that one. Good D from Love. Cavaliers have gone 2 of 5 shooting here in the third quarter. Teague the pass to Towns, and Thompson sends it back.
Well, Thompson lives in the paint, and defensively, occasionally, you're going to get to shots like that.
And Robert Covington picks up the foul. That's his first foul. Larry Nance is checked in for Cleveland. Marquise Chris comes in for Jetty Osman. Minnesota also making some changes. Zhang comes in for Taj Gibson. And it's Dang in for Robert Covington. And Gorgui Dieng is going to pick up the foul. That is his first foul of the game. And the Cavaliers making a change here. Zizic has checked in. Here's Nance for the lead. And that won't go, missing the go-ahead bucket. Here's Wiggins. And once again off the mark by Minnesota. They've been doing a great job of sharing the ball.
And guys, shot A comes to mind for me because right now that offense, it's a smooth operation.
Here's Teague, and he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. And right there is the list of rookie assist leaders for the last 10 games. It's been all about team play for this group lately. In the 3rd spot, Colin Sexton.
And the assist numbers the past few weeks have shown how well he's fitting in chemistry-wise for this team.
Free throw good, Teague.
And Teague can be a knockdown shooter, especially from the free throw line.
And so Teague gets 2 free throws. And here's Clarkson. He brings it up for Cleveland. Wiggins with some nice D. For Minnesota, they've gone 4 of 9 from the floor so far in the 3rd. Now Sexton. 11 points in the game. Nance outside to the paint and stolen by Jang. To the middle. Here's Towns, and Towns throws it down.
And guys, that's a big swing right there. I mean, taking the steal and then turning it into 2 easy points on the dunk.
No telling how important that sequence could turn out to be.
Yeah, he picked up the ball clean. He has a sneaky court awareness that you have to be careful around. That time results in the steal. That's some good interior passing, and that's how you move it on the inside.
The Timberwolves have gone even 5 of 10 on shot attempts in the 3rd. Teague kicks to Wiggins. Wiggins drawn the double team. Towns wide open. A 3-pointer, no good.
And that's a rare sight. Usually shooters make the defense pay when they're that lackadaisical.
Clarkson passes to Zizic. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
And now look at Jordan Clarkson. Some numbers on him. How's the last month of basketball been for him? He's right around 13 points a night, 3 assists, and 2 rebounds. And guys, no question, he's a guy with some talent. But honestly, even he'd like to see those numbers improve.
From all the whispers that we've heard, he's been working hard on his game. It just has not showed up yet in the box score.
And he knocks down the first one. Derrick Rose is checked in for the Timberwolves. No good on the second free throw.
And Karl-Anthony Towns, one of the most prolific three-point shooters in the league, at least top 3 amongst all 7-footers, and his three-point percentage elite as well, over 40%.
The Cavaliers trail by 3. Sexton kicks to Clarkson. Out left to the wing. Zizic passes to Chris. Here's Sexton. Here's Zizic. And here's Clarkson. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. Shot clock at 2 over Rose. The Cavaliers again can't hit.
And being over the limit this early really can affect your aggressiveness defensively. They have got to play under control.
For Minnesota, they have gone a perfect 7 of 7 from the line tonight.
2 shots.
First one falls for him. Sharch checked in for Karl Anthony Towns. Dang hits them both.
And if they continue, Kevin, their outstanding free throw shooting, that'll help them seal the deal.
Now here's Sexton. Tight defense on him. Down low. Here's Zizic. And the layup is good after a nice lead pass. Zizic has got 5 points now in the quarter.
And that's an area that Sexton must keep working on. The more he passes, the better his team looks.
Teague with a clean look. No good from outside. The Cavaliers trail by 3. Sexton dishes to Clarkson. And now here's Chris. He's covered by Deng. That ties it up.
I'd like to see more of that from Clarkson. Just get more consistent from the three-point line. Steps up and knocks that one down.
Minnesota's gone 0 of 2 from deep to start things here in the second half. Teague deciding where to go with it. Plenty of space. And a rebound goes to the Cavaliers. Their biggest lead of the game was 9. The drive by Nance. That doesn't go in. Had a chance, though, to take the lead. And so it's Rose bringing it up for the Minnesota Timberwolves. That doesn't go in either for Teague.
It's almost like he's trying to make things hard on himself. You know, he's just got to slow the game down, try to get some easy ones.
Man, it seemed like Marquise Chris was not going to be denied, and he wasn't.
Minnesota's gone 3 of 6 tonight when they've let it fly from downtown. Sharch finds Rose. And here's Jang. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Jang's got the game tied up here for the Timberwolves.
Well, he's like a carpenter out there. Great floor awareness. Zipping the ball over to his teammates with ease.
Timeout called the Cavaliers.
And they're picking up a lot of fouls already in the penalty. Not a good sign. They need to focus on moving their feet and maintaining a good defensive position.
John Henson's checked in for the Cavaliers. Minnesota also with the sub. Jones checked in for Jeff Teague. Here's Sexton. 11 points in the game. That one falls through. It's his 6th make from the floor this game. Now 6 for 10.
And a lethal slasher. Sexton does a great job of finding angles to the basket. Has that great burst to get to the rim.
Jones kicks to Deng. Pass to Sharch. Over Nance. That one a little long.
The game has been very close in a lot of areas, but rebounding has been the one differentiator thus far. And Jordan Clarkson is a player who is looking for his shot whenever he gets the ball. Can distribute enough, but it isn't his top priority. Very dangerous when left alone outside.
Free throw good. Clarkson. And with Clarkson as good as he is outside, Greg, he prefers to shoot off the dribble than on the catch.
Yeah, and it's why Clarkson gets labeled a high volume, low efficiency guy. Terrific on catch and shoot chances. I think if he played more towards his strengths, he could put together a career year.
And both free throws good for Clarkson.
Clarkson, it's interesting for him. He's not really a point guard and not really a shooting guard, so trying to find ways to stay in the game and stay aggressive and do whatever is asked of him to earn minutes.
Back to Rose, and the dunk by Rose.
And really, he epitomizes what a point guard should be. I mean, his skills as a passer might actually be matched by that creativity he shows around the rim.
Well, judging by that jam, Greg, I'd say you're absolutely right.
And not many players at that position, as explosive as he is in a close game, just rose up to the challenge.
Yeah, and something we always talk about, though, shot selection.
Well, being aggressive is one thing, but aggression with control is another, and you need both elements working together.
Saric in the corner. Back to Dang. Knocks it loose. And Nance kicks to Clarkson. Passes it to Chris. Some nice passing by Cleveland here. Sexton the pass to Clarkson. To the inside. Nance. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for two. It's going to be on Saric.
And Nance is so athletic and so springy and bouncy out there on the floor. He can draw a lot of contact like that.
This is his first free throw of the game.
Not the best statistic for him in terms of his performance at the line. Very low numbers.
That free throw missing.
Well, Larry Nance Jr. came into the league and a lot of talk about his dunking prowess, but really Larry Nance Jr. knows how to play the game and is building on that potential.
Taj Gibson's checked in for the Timberwolves. And he's good on the second. Timberwolves trail by 3. They get a hand on it. For the finish. And Sexton slams it in.
And I just love Sexton in terms of his length on defense. Good at taking chances and just poking the ball away.
Minnesota's gone 0 of 2 from deep to start things here in the second half. Clarkson against Rose. And it's Gibson, that time on the assist by Rose. Rose has got his 3rd assist on the night. And here's Cleveland. They're on a 14-6 run. Now, here's Sexton. T right on him. Yes! And the foul. That one on Rose.
Well, near the basket, sometimes you got to do some things with the basketball just to get it up on the glass. Pretty creative shot there from Jordan.
And this is his 2nd trip to the line tonight. Looking at who's out there now for the Cavaliers. Tristan Thompson, he's checked in for Nance. And it's Jetty Osman in for Chris. And a change for the Timberwolves. Covington's checked in. Throw good. Clarkson. 58 seconds left in the 3rd quarter. And so it's Rose bringing it up for Minnesota. He kicks it to Gibson. It's good. This time the assist from Rose. That's 10 points for Taj Gibson.
Gibson effective at spacing the floor. Maybe not out to the 3-point line, but certainly in the mid-range.
Clarkson against Rose to the middle. The 7-footer falls. Hanson's got 12 points in the game.
And that's the kind of lead pass we've come to expect from him.
About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Outside Rose. And there's the pass to Saric. From about 16. And again, it's Minnesota converting.
And whatever intensity was lacking there in the first half, you're seeing it on display here now.
You asked for those hustle plays earlier in the game. We're seeing them now.
Here's Sexton shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. It's going to go on Tyus Jones.
And he's just good at forcing the issue. Love seeing Sexton stay aggressive and just get under the D's skin.
These are his 3rd and 4th free throw attempts of the game. Free throw good, Sexton. And he makes both free throws. And so it's the Cleveland Cavaliers with a 6-point lead at the end of the quarter. They're playing a bruising game inside, and it's working for them. And we've got more NBA action on 2K Sports coming your way after this break. And now we take a listen into the recent huddle from Tom Thibodeau.
Keep the ball moving, quick decisions. Get the ball from side to side. Set better screens. Defensively, we got to do a much better job. Let's get on the glass.
Urging his squad to be more decisive, especially Greg on the defensive end.
Yeah, Coach Thibodeau isn't pleased with his guys' effort. It's clear he wants them to be more aggressive.
3/10 quarters behind us. One more to go. Thanks for being with us as we begin the fourth. We've got Thompson. Jordan Clarkson is out there with Sexton. Then it's John Henson, and it's Osman in at the 3. So that's who's on the floor for the Cavaliers. And stolen by Sexton. Pass to Osman. Shoots over Covington. And it's Osman missing. Timberwolves trail by 6. Left side Rose. And a miss there on the triple.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
Sexton kicks to Clarkson. Pass to Sexton. Just 5 to shoot. Osman hits the 3-point bomb. Osman's got the lead up to 9 now for the Cavs. A little over a minute of the fourth quarter gone right now. Rose against Clarkson. Now here's Rose. Shoots over Clarkson. Kicks it out to Wiggins. Passes it to Šarić. And slam dunk by Šarić.
And he just leaves the D in the dust and explodes to the basket.
You're right. Maybe a momentum changer right there, huh?
If anything could change the momentum, it's that kind of play. Cloud of smoke has people standing on their feet.
And there's the feed to Wiggins. Hangs in midair and converts on the double clutch layup. Wiggins has got 20 points.
You saw he altered his release, allowing him to get around his defender and then laid it in.
Sexton the pass to Osman. Kicks to Henson. Trying to get open is Thompson. Henson's shot is off.
Yeah, I think the defense made an impact on that play, making the shooter feel a bit uncomfortable on release.
And it's Wiggins missing. The Cavaliers leading by 5. Here's Osman. And it's wide right. It's off the rim.
And he completely threw the timing off on that jumper. That is how you D up.
Playing with tremendous aggressiveness without fouling. That's an excellent job.
Šarić dishes to Covington. Henson against Šarić. Over Henson. The shot by Šarić, no good.
And not a night he's going to want to remember, just not really able to score the basketball.
And that one's good. Osman. And the Cavaliers lead by 7.
All keyed right there from the lead pass, right on the money.
Wiggins surveying the floor. Stolen by Thompson. Sexton kicks to Henson. Inside, here's Osman. And he banks in the layup. And now a 9-point Cavalier lead.
Coaching staff high-fiving themselves there, watching that team move the ball around, doing whatever is best for the team.
Floats it up for Saric. Oh, and they get in the way of the alley-oop. Not to be. Good play defensively. Inside, here's Sexton. And the lead now, double digits on that bucket. Sexton's got 19 points.
And they've had assists now on their last 3 baskets.
Minnesota calls timeout.
And one thing they'll discuss are their defensive rotations. The other is in the matchups.
We're seeing very little help defense on the inside, and even when there is help, it's been ineffective.
Love checked in for John Henson. Karl-Anthony Towns checked in for Minnesota. And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, well, let's summarize what Tom Thibodeau went over with his guys during the break. And he was emphatic. He said, we are not going to win this game playing this way, fellas. You've got to step it up. You've got to get aggressive. And you've got to battle to get back in this thing. We'll see if that pep talk got him going, guys.
Here's Love. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. Well, Greg, we know that Kevin Love is a great passer, but just how much more does that open up for his team?
I mean, his outlets get the team up and moving in terms of transition faster than probably anyone else could. It's very hard to double Love with the ball, as his awareness and that passing that you mentioned immediately will find the open man. And Love's passing alone is probably worth about 10 extra points a game for his team.
And he knocks down the first one.
Kevin Love moving into prime years of his career and continues to be an impressive player. Proven champion and a nightly double-double threat.
Minnesota making a switch here. Teague's checked in. Both free throws good from Kevin Love.
Such a big bonus to have a big guy that can step up to the free throw line and knock down shots. So many guys struggle from there.
Outside Teague. Here's Towns. And that one hits back iron.
I like the defensive effort. They did a good job altering the mid-range shot and then making the shooter feel a bit uneasy.
Sexton the pass to Love. Here's Osman. He kicks it to Thompson. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Towns with the defensive effort.
Not his best game, but they're still getting it done collectively.
They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
Here's Teague. Wow, way off on that one. The Cavaliers leading by 11. High arcing shot. Wiggins with the block. Love the pass to Sexton. That falls. Great assist by Love. 22 points for Colin Sexton.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today? Ending with a basket, coming off a pretty pass.
Gibson finds Wiggins. That shot no good. Great D that time from Love. Lobbed up there for Thompson. Takes the alley-oop pass and dunks it down.
Well, with Tristan's motor and that kind of reach, great job on finishing off the alley-oop.
And so it's Teague with it. He'll bring it up for the Minnesota Timberwolves. They trail by 16. Thompson comes with the double team. Here's Towns. Another miss by Minnesota.
And mark that one down right there. It's going to be a long time until we see him miss another one like that.
Osman the pass to Love. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact. Taj Gibson picks one up.
Kevin Love getting a little clever out there. Fantastic to get the D to bite on that pump fake. And kind of an interesting year for Tristan Thompson, who saw playing time decrease. And some felt that his focus and his drive just wasn't quite the same. There was a lot of moving parts last year for Cleveland and around Tristan. Eventually he found his game late in the year, though, and was impactful in the playoffs.
That free throw good from Kevin Love. Well, for Thompson, he certainly has seemed to take a step back, Brent. His contract is not helping the matter either.
Well, there were some distractions, I think we could say, legitimately last year with the things going on off the court. The fact is, Tristan Thompson was once viewed as a really good quality big man at the starting position of center or power forward, and has a lot of work to do in order to get himself back on some solid ground.
And that's a foul called on Collin Sexton. That will get him his 4th foul of the game. Tries to save it. Stolen by Thompson.
Oh, great steal. Is there an aspect of this game they haven't controlled?
Now, here's Sexton. Teague covering. Love wide open. He fires. Here's Thompson. Yep, it counts. Thompson's got 4 this quarter.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead.
Teague kicks to Wiggins. The kick out to Towns. That falls. Nice feed that time from Wiggins. Wiggins has got assist number 8 here in this one already. Sexton, the pass to Love, to the paint, and stolen by Jeff Teague. Lays it in off the breakaway.
And once again, Jeff Teague getting space in transition can result in plays like that. That's going to hurt.
Clarkson with the ball. The pass to Osman. Kicks it to Sexton. Clarkson against Wiggins. 6 on the shot clock. Clarkson dishes to Thompson. Fires from deep. They grab their own miss. And there's Thompson putting it right back in. And the Cavaliers lead by 16.
Yeah, they're going to have a nice little run here.
Minnesota's gone 1 of 2 from 3-point range here in the 4th. And that's a foul called on Collin Sexton. That's his 5th foul. Outside Teague. Out to the right wing. Here's Towns. And it falls over the rim and in. Towns has got 5 points now this quarter.
Yeah, the onslaught continues. He's been unstoppable now for a couple of nights.
Well, a tip of the cap to the coaching staff here. They're recognizing how well he's playing, so the game plan has been built around it.
And although Sexton is slightly undersized, he plays with great physicality and aggression. Nice finish there off contact.
Timberwolves trail by 16. Wiggins outside. Pass to Towns. Stolen by Thompson. And now the Cavaliers. Fast break. And here's Love from the arc. It's rebounded by Towns. Minnesota's gotten fewer than half of their 3-pointers to go down tonight. They're 4 for 9. Covington kicks to Teague. Left side, Towns. And he gets the basket. Officials blowing the whistle, so a chance at the line for one more.
And his teammates have to step up just a little bit more. He's been lights out. Needs a bit more support.
And even though they're down, they are putting on a show at the free throw line.
And the Cavaliers call time here.
And Kevin, he saw his guys just a little sluggish out there. Oftentimes a timeout like this allows you to kind of just reset.
And now we get the chance to present our Jordan Player of the Game, Collin Sexton.
He's put on a shooting exhibition for us here tonight. He's missed a couple along the way, but it sure seems like everything's been falling for him. The only way to keep him from converting is to keep the ball out of his hands.
He doesn't take over games like this very much, but it's always possible. And when he does, here at home, these fans love it. The Cavaliers leading by 13. Clarkson passes to Sexton. Feeds to Love. And stolen by Wiggins. Here's Towns. And Towns throws it down.
You have two things working here, the turnover and then the excellent finish.
And good job of transitioning end to end there. There was no hesitation.
Gibson against Love. Bangs home the trifecta. Love's got 10 points here in the second half.
Not a lot of room to spare on that jumper, but Love still manages to bury it.
Down low, here's Towns, and the dunk by Towns.
No doubt about it. He has done a ton to help his team, but he's going to have to do even more if they want to have a chance to get back in this one.
Sexton kicks to Love. To the wing right side. The shot by Sexton, no good. And it's Teague with the ball, but he brings it up for Minnesota. Pass to Towns. That's good, and so Teague with the assist. Teague's got assist number 9 now. Wow, what an effort here tonight. They can burn some clock if they want to.
And get a little breather as well.
Sexton kicks to Love. Over Gibson. Love, no good. And the Timberwolves with possession. They're on a 16-7 run. Count it, and the Cavalier lead has been cut to just 7 points in the basket from Jeff Teague.
Pretty sure that is Jeff Teague's go-to, the deadly little pull-up, Jay, that a defense has a difficult time stopping.
Here's Sexton. Thompson passes to Sexton, and he makes that one. Sexton's got 9 points now in the quarter.
You know, we've seen this with Sexton in college, and he can get into a zone and just take over a game offensively.
Outside Teague. Fades. That one's not going to go. So Cleveland will take it the other way. 1:02 left in the fourth quarter. Clarkson kicks to Thompson. Love against Gibson. Clarkson passes to Osman. Offline with his 3. Clarkson against Wiggins. Thompson with the rebound. They're this close to putting it away.
Yeah, they don't need to do anything special. Just take time off the clock.
And Sexton has it in the corner. Clarkson looking for an opening. And it's Thompson with the jam. And he's now got the double-double. 10 points and 12 rebounds.
And they've earned this one, showing an ability to dominate in front of their home crowd.
Yeah, tick-tock and not much time on the clock left. Double-digit lead and coming up roses.
Here's Gibson. Second shot opportunity. No good. Good D by Thompson. And Jordan Clarkson is going to pick up the foul. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far. Outside Teague. And so it's Cleveland taking care of business in this one. Even early on in this one, it seemed like they were happy to be playing at home tonight.
And it makes a big difference. And once they started to really play in rhythm, you never felt like they had any doubts as to whether or not they were going to win.
And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thanks very much, Kevin. You guys pulled away in the second half. What were the differences?
You know, we all contributed tonight, and if we have a well-balanced, scoring and we're efficient on both ends, we usually end up winning the game. And, like you said, the second half was big for us tonight.
You got it done when it counted. Thanks very much for your time. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that'll do it, folks. So for David Aldridge, Greg Anthony, Brent Barry, and the whole 2K Sports crew, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for being with us. We'll see you next time. Have a great evening.